1983's G.I. Joe number 11 greets us with a cover by future Ren and Stimpy animator Bob Camp. Camp and Larry Hama are old friends. Almost all of Camp's comics credits are related to Hama in some way. In animation circles, Camp was a target of great ire after a fanzine did a blistering piece on him allegedly backstabbing Ren and Stimpy's creator John K. People now say John K. Ghost wrote the piece. Camp founded Spumco with John K. and later agreed to helm the show after Nickelodeon fired him. I'm not sure if they ever reconciled. John K. also had issues with Billy West for sticking with the show, dramatized in a famous Howard Stern appearance. And yeah, the years haven't been kind to John K.'s reputation, but that's not our topic of the day. So, issue 11. By the spring of 1983, Larry Hama had already begun to turn G.I. Joe, a real American hero, into something much richer than its commercial origins suggested. The Pipeline ploy is a decent example of how a toy line tie-in could become a surprisingly layered adventure story. The basic plot is deceptively straightforward. Cobra has set its evil sights on Alaska's oil pipeline. The scheme is traditional cartoon villainy, but Hama grounds it with a startling amount of technical detail, focusing on the workings of the pipeline, the vulnerabilities that might make it a target, and the consequences of sabotage. Hama's commitment to research gave the series a verisimilitude most comics lacked. Kids devouring the issue in 1983 probably didn't know it, but they were getting a crash course in petroleum infrastructure along with their explosions. This installment is also a showcase for a host of new characters and vehicles, part of a recurring pattern in the early run as the comic was obligated to introduce the latest wave of toys. It could have been clumsy product placement, but Hama usually made it feel organic. In issue 11, readers meet Doc the Joe Team's medic, Gung-Ho the Bayou-born Marine with a chest tattoo that defies military dress codes, Snowjob the team's skiing specialist, Wild Bill the good old boy helicopter pilot, and Airborne, the Native American paratrooper. On the Cobra's side, the sleek, ominous Hiss tank makes its debut. It's worth pausing on this Hiss tank. In the toy line, it was a compact little vehicle. In the comic, however, the machine becomes a rolling fortress. 2 crew members up front, half a dozen troops crammed in the back. For a generation of readers, the Hiss was a nightmare war machine, something worthy of your allowance money. And then there's Destro, or rather, the Specialist, as he is first alluded to here. He doesn't yet have a name or even a clear face. Though he's only making a cameo, this is also the first hint of his relationship with the Baroness, whose chemistry with him adds a spark of gothic melodrama to Cobra's operations. Before long, Destro will become one of the linchpins of this franchise. Hama's writing has a streak of dark humor that cuts through the military jargon and hardware porn. In this issue, there's an especially memorable reference to frontline soldiers being used as bullet stoppers. For a comic designed to move toys, that sort of gallows humor was an unexpectedly sharp note. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes continues his transformation from supporting player to the lethal fan favorite. By issue number 11, it seems Hama has realized the character's potential. Each appearance layers on more mystique, and it feels appropriate that one of the first references to what hides behind Snake Eyes' mysterious face appears a few pages away from Destro's initial cameo. There's also a behind-the-scenes wrinkle that makes issues like this fascinating in retrospect. Many of the early G.I. Joe comics were designed in tandem with television commercials. The ad agency would produce storyboards, complete with action beats and toy showcases, and Hama had to reverse engineer an actual story around them. It's a bizarre creative process, but Hama somehow pulled it off. One can almost play Spot the Commercial while reading back issues, catching the sequences that feel storyboard for maximum toy visibility. Yet instead of letting that dictate the comic, Hama integrates everything into an engaging action epic. Turning marketing directives into something resembling art is what makes a comic like this so entertaining. On one hand, it's clearly a product launch. Here are your new Joes, your new Cobras, your new vehicles. Please collect them all. On the other hand, it's a fast-paced espionage tale that weaves in black humor, geopolitical detail, and character drama. One page you're learning about oil pipelines. The next you're meeting a masked arms dealer with a peculiar set of scruples. By the final panel, it's clear that this isn't just another toy tie-in. That wraps us up for today. If you click the video description, you'll find many fine links to follow. This includes the prose G.I. Joe novels I wrote for the Kindle Worlds project, available now for free.